Hey guys, mcKrawll here. Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you guys how my Tripwire key actually works, and I will show you guys how to build it. If you guys already have an understanding of how it works, you can go ahead and skip to the tutorial by clicking on the top right. There should be an annotation there. Alright guys, so let's get to it. Basically how it works is I need to stand on this pressure plate, and I need to put my tripwire key hook on this block facing out in that direction in order for that door to open. So to show you guys, I'm standing on the pressure plate, redstone on. I click that, and then the door is open. I can go on through. So that's basically the gist of it. Now, how does it work? Now, there's one part that I really want to emphasize is needing this wire. A lot of you guys are probably like, why can't I just use the tripwire key and do it? Well, the problem with that is this unit, for some reason, the tripwire hooks, I always forget the last name, the tripwire hooks for some reason actuate randomly, like very randomly. I cannot actually pinpoint the timing and how often that they do it, because they'll do it in a couple seconds from each other, or they'll do it within like 30 seconds from each other. It doesn't, like, there's no actual understanding of the timing. I've sat here and I've recorded hours and checking the timing on this, and you guys will see here in just a second, it'll actuate just randomly for no reason, no update, no nothing. It'll just actuate, and that is with this on the block. The unit itself will not do anything, but with the tripwire hook on there, it will randomly go. Now this is actually longer than normal. I'm surprised it's actually not. Oh, there it goes. Was surprised it actually wasn't doing it just yet. But there you go. You saw it do it randomly. Now that is the purpose for this line, because if we just used this unit right here, then this door would constantly be opening and closing by itself. And with no one, see, I could do that there, and that will do it when I want it, but otherwise it'll just keep doing it by itself. So that's what this is for. This is so that when you stand on this and it actuates, it'll open the door. And as you see right there, if I stand here long enough, that thing will actuate and it'll close the door without the key. So that's one way to do it too. You can just sit there, but I like the key version. So to do that, I have this hooked up to an AND gate, which is very simple. This redstone torch is actually part of the unit. I just utilized it for the AND gate. And this side over here is the power coming in. If you guys don't know an AND gate, basically this wire is not going to turn on unless this and this one turn off. So that's basically how it works. And then it's connected to this T flip-flop here, which actually works really well with the pulse that it emits here. I believe this is a 2-tick pulse that's coming out of this thing, so it's very, very quick. And so it comes off of here and into this little T flip-flop, and then it open and shuts the door. You can use any kind of T flip-flop if you want. In fact, you don't even need a T flip-flop depending on what you're using this for. The T flip-flop is basically just to keep the door open and closed with that pulse. And that is basically, guys, how it works. Again, I'll show you. You'll stand on top of the pressure plate, hit the key, and there it goes, and that opens. So that's how it works. I could just stand here and it'll close eventually. There it goes. Awesome. So now, guys, let's go ahead and get to the tutorial. Alright, guys, the first thing you want to keep in mind is the placement of where your key's going to be. If your key's going to be here, then the key on the unit needs to be level. So keep that in mind for sure. Also, the distance that the key can be away from the keys can be away from each other, or I should say, the tripwire hooks are 42 blocks. This was the max amount I could get for the other key or the other hook to register on that hook. So you guys will notice I'll come back here and see if I can show you guys. There you go. It actuated. Oh, actually, I got it right down there. Here, I'll show you. I got the power right there. And you can see the little flash. So Yes, so it is 42 blocks. That is the max amount. Any more than that, and it doesn't want to register. So you for sure can get it out of the sound range, which is 16 blocks. So that is definitely something a lot of people probably want to do, is to remove the possibility of hearing all these pistons. So let's go ahead and get started making the units here. The first unit we want to make is this bud detector, the bud switch. Actually, I think is it a bud flop? No, it's a bud switch. So let's go, or bud? I don't know what kind of bud it is. It has 1 tick per update, so that's just the way it is. So the first thing we want to do is put 3 blocks like this. I'm using the wrong block. Awesome. 3 blocks like this. You want to put 1 facing out, 1 facing in, and then from here you want to put another one right in front of there. And we'll put a piece of redstone on that. From here you want to put a redstone torch right on top of there, with 1 block there and 1 block in front of it. And then you want to put some redstone on top of those. Now from here you want to put 1 torch right there. I'm going to put a block here just so that I can get my piston on here. You're going to need 1. Yeah, awesome, buddy. I got 1. So you use 1 piston and then 1 sticky piston. Sorry about that, guys. And then you put a regular piston right here facing inward. You don't need that block. And 1 sticky piston down there. Now, before you put a block, we're going to put a block right here. Before you do that, you need to set this repeater, the one facing into this piston, to 2. And what that's going to do is when I place this block, it's gonna basically trigger this little system here. It's going to turn this off, and that's going to give this enough time to push forward. So you can see that. How this works is basically this little piston right here pushes forward, and it makes it so that this piston cannot push this block down, because as we know, pistons cannot push anything past a extended piston. Erected. I'm silly. An erected. Oh my god. An extended piston. Okay, so then you have your bud switch right there. You can see that adding and removing a block in any one of these is definitely going to do that. So what we want is to put a tripwire hook on the face right there. Notice that placing that doesn't even trigger it. However, if you were to use a redstone torch, that would. So we'll put that there, and then we can test it out, and that seemed to work. Awesome. Now the next unit we want to make is basically just our power. We just want to get our power into an AND gate. So I'll just bring my power out here, right here, and I will. Well, I need a pressure plate. Take my power out into the AND gate. Naturally, there's multiple ways to set this up, but that is basically what you need right there. And then when we put a piece of wire right there, that creates our AND gate. Now from here to power the door, basically anything coming out of this, guys, is going to be a pretty quick pulse. Let's see if I can show you that real quick. Just go ahead and put a piston right there. Unfortunately, though, it is not a quick enough pulse to actually do the piston trick where it will actually leave the block after extended. It's actually one tick longer than that, so that's very unfortunate. It might be a single tick and not half a tick, which is required by this. But here we go. Get on here, and you can see that it worked. Okay, so our AND gate is working fine, no problems there. Remove all this. We do not need any of this. Now we basically just want to power whatever unit we want. If you only need a pulse like that, then there you go. You have your pulse. However, to power a door, specifically this kind of door, something that needs to be open and shut, then we will want to take our power and, oh, you know what? I like using orange in this part, and I know that's just me being anal. So we will take our power out here, like so, put right there. Like that. And we just want to make one of those nifty little, whatever they're called. T flip-flops. Yes, very nifty T flip-flops. I like to use blue for my T flip-flops. So I'll just put one there, and these are non-sticky pistons, 2 of them facing into each other with 2 blocks on the sides. And then you'll need a red piece of redstone underneath here. Let's go ahead and put that back. Then you'll need to put a torch on the outside, torch on the outside, bring in our power right there. There we go. And then we bring the rest of our power out to our door, which is then powered like so. And if you want to test your stuff here without actually having to run through all of it, you can just simply do this. And as you can see, we have a problem. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, so we don't... we actually do need to test it. So we'll just go ahead and remove that and place it back. There we go. Remove it. Place it back. And yep, that is working fine. It is toggling the door. It's exactly what we wanted. Alright guys, all that's left is to test it out. Let's go ahead and check it. I'm on the pressure plate. That's triggered. Put the key in. Everything works fine. Also guys, if you are using this particular setup, I highly suggest one thing. Notice right here, this redstone coming in is on. It would be really beneficial if you were to invert this, like so, and then on this side, you want to put a button, like so, not in that particular spot, you know, naturally wherever you want, then run your wiring down to your T flip-flop, like so, and then you can open, oops, you can open and close your stuff like so. And that should work just fine. Notice it double opened. I just realized that's because this button is actually attached to the door. So I'm a derp face, and I'm gonna do that, and there you can see that it does its little flippy floppy. However, this actually works faster, this T flip-flop, if the default state is actually powered on, which is why I had it the way I did. Anyways guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys like this. If you do, please like it, thumbs up it, subscribe, all that good shit, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.